Hello, listeners, and welcome to the Starting Grid podcast, where we discuss news, media, and race reviews from two Americans watching in California. I'm your host, Malik Durojaye, and with me...
This is Calvin.
All right, so let's get into it. First bit of news over the weekend, actually. They broke ground in Vietnam for the Hanoi Motorsports Circuit. So that's going to be happening next year. They broke ground on it. It's going to be the fourth street circuit. So we have Monaco, Azerbaijan, and Singapore.
Singapore, yep.
And now we're going to have Vietnam. And I think I'm going to try to go to that one. I was just talking.
Nice.
Yeah, I was just talking about it. Going to try to make that one because that'll be cool.
What year is that?
2020. So they're hoping to have the race on the 2020 calendar.
Nice.
Next year. It's a 3.5 mile track. Sorry for you listeners over in Europe, but here in the U.S. of A, we go by mileage. I know it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to us. So, actually, it's 5.5 kilometers for all of our overseas listeners, everybody except the United States, pretty much. And it's got the longest straight. So,
oh yeah, this should be fun.
Yeah, that should bring some high speed. Actually, I don't know if we have a track that we see the top speed of the cars. Do we? Like the max speed?
I think we get pretty close, but this should be fun. I mean, it's going to be a Mercedes dominant track just from that right there.
Power track.
Yeah, nothing but power.
That's true. Yeah, they got so many long straights. Have you seen the track layout?
I think I did briefly when they first announced it. I think sometime last year.
So it's got, looking at it, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 straights, and one of those straights is like ridiculously long. It's the longest one, and it's 1.5 kilometers, which is a mile long.
Nice.
I think. I have to think back to track and field. 400 meters.
Oh, man.
Yeah. It's a mile long. Just over a mile long. So that one, that's the longest straight, and it's going to be, and it goes straight into like a hairpin turn. So hopefully no one misses their breaking point, because that's not going to go well.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah. Next bit of news, we've got Juan Manuel Correa. I think I said his name. Maybe it's Manuel.
Sounds good to me.
Manuel. Pretty sure it's Manuel. Juan Manuel Correa. And actually, Formula1.com, they got his name spelled wrong. So I looked it up. They have Carrera. It's actually Correa. But he's an American driver, Ecuadorian American, racing under the American flag.
About time.
Yeah, right? I don't know who the last American driver on the circuit was. Do you know who the last American driver?
I don't. I did see something today with like all the nationalities from all the championship winners, and like the 60s we won, or an American driver won, and in like the 80s. Yeah. So it's been.
Well, I know the last person to win an actual like championship was Mario Andretti.
Okay.
Back, I'm pretty sure that was back in the 60s. Let me check real quick here, because I have it up. Yeah, he won in, not the 60s, 1978.
Okay.
Mario Andretti won driving for Lotus.
Yeah, back in the Lotus glory days.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But since then, I don't know, because like we said in the last episode, I haven't been watching Formula One that long.
Yeah.
So I don't know who the last American driver to just be on the circuit. But with Juan Manuel Correa signing as a development driver, that's hopeful for us.
Yeah, about time.
Since the Haas F1 team wants to like play American drivers. Did you hear that in the news? Did you hear about that?
No, what's going on?
Someone from IndyCar, I think via Twitter, like tweeted Haas or something about American drivers and are they going to get one? And Haas, like, people kind of took their statement and twisted it, but they didn't necessarily say that American drivers weren't ready.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, they kind of said it, and a lot of IndyCar drivers took offense because they were like, well, like, first of all, we're out here going the same speeds and doing all this,
Yeah.
It's not as popular. It's only it's a national sport versus a national race series versus an international. But they were kind of one of the guys on there. I don't remember who. He was kind of going back at Haas, like how you gonna be an American team and not have an American driver?
Yeah.
So since Haas don't currently want to employ an American driver, maybe we'll see Sauber put one on in a couple years or so. It's probably going to take him a long time to get there.
I mean, that'd be good to see. I can't wait.
Yeah, he's racing in Formula 2 right now, which is going to start next weekend. So their first race is the same as the second race of the Formula 1 season.
Okay.
So their first race is in Bahrain, right before the F1 championship race.
Oh, perfect.
And then I think F3 doesn't start till like June or something like that. I can't remember, but it doesn't start anytime soon. But right now he races for the Sauber development team. That's their name, Sauber development team. Mm-hmm. Or is it Sauber development team? Wait, let me check that. Sauber junior team is their name.
Oh, nice.
So Sauber junior team. He's currently racing for them, so I'll be keeping an eye on him through the F2 season just to see kind of what he's doing.
Oh, that would be awesome. So you watch all F2 races, or you try to?
I have never watched an entire F2 race. I've seen parts of it, but best believe that now I'm going to follow it because not only because of him, but also another driver I've been paying attention to is Tatiana Calderon. Okay. She's a Sauber test driver, so I guess a little bit higher up than a development driver.
Yeah.
They're developing him into a driver, but she's already one of their test drivers. She drove during practice sessions, I think, this season for Sauber.
Okay.
So it's her and Marcus Ericsson, who are both Sauber test drivers for this season.
Okay.
But she's also racing in F2, and she's the first woman in F2.
Yeah.
So she's not the first woman. She won't be the first woman in Formula 1, and I don't think she was the first to drive a Formula 1 car, but she's definitely the first in the Formula 2 championship.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. So I've been paying attention to her, and I'll be looking at her and Juan Manuel Correa. And, of course, we've got Mick Schumacher.
Oh, yeah.
In the Formula 2 championship, too.
Yeah.
So
blazes father's footsteps there.
Yeah. Is his father or uncle? I don't think it's his father.
Oh, I guess it is his uncle.
I think it's his uncle.
Yeah.
But we could be totally wrong.
I can totally.
So, that's kind of what's happening in Formula 2.
Is it Ralph Schumacher's son then?
You know what? Let me just look this up while we're talking about it. So, Mick Schumacher. I'm pretty sure, Ralph. Let's see.
Okay, yeah, so same as his father, racing in Formula 1, if it's Ralph.
Oh, no, his father is Michael Schumacher.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, his father is Michael Schumacher. His uncle is Ralph Schumacher. So, yeah, we should know that. This is terrible. This shows you people how much we know about Formula 1. But don't worry, because you're going to come on this journey with us. And we're going to grow together, people. Can we all just be one big happy family? Okay, I'm done.
Room for growth.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of room for growth. He's got a lot of famous relatives, according to Wikipedia. Oh, trusty source.
Yes.
Michael Schumacher, Karina Schumacher, Ralph Schumacher, David Schumacher, Sebastian Stahl. I don't know who any of those other people are.
All the Schumachers.
So, all right. So that's pretty much the only big news that came up. Do you have any other news that you remember?
Just for McLaren, are in the new rule changes coming out. McLaren's, they're talking about maybe not being in F1 in the 2021 season if the rules aren't more competitive, which, I mean, I can see where they're coming from, but at the end of the day, they got to put a competitive car on the track. So
wait, you're saying McLaren is saying they might not be in it if the rules don't get more competitive?
Yeah, that's what I read this morning. So
oh man, but they were doing they're seemingly going to do so well for
I
themselves.
know it
this
seems like
year.
they're coming along. Lando was actually looking pretty good in the time trials last week. So
Yeah. Oh, did you see after the race he said that he felt like he let everyone down and he didn't do a good job.
by not delivering on his good start he had with qualifying, or
I guess they were interviewing him and he said he felt bad or something like that.
Oh,
He felt like he
man.
did like bad and let everyone down. And I'm pretty
Right.
sure that everybody who watched is like, who did you let down? That
Yeah.
was that was phenomenal for
yeah, this is the
McLaren.
best result they've had in over a year.
Yeah, if anything,
Yeah.
Carlos Sainz. I mean, he didn't let us down. Honestly, it was just the engine.
Oh, yeah,
is
I
what
mean, his
let us
car
down.
blew up,
so
but
it's not
yeah.
his fault. But yeah, we were. It's unfortunate that McLaren had the first DNF of the season.
Yeah,
Which is terrible. But I mean, yeah, he shouldn't feel bad because
no, not at all.
I was highly impressed. I'm pretty sure
That was his-
everyone was impressed by his performance.
That was his very first race, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, you can't knock that performance.
All right, qualified eighth or something
Yeah,
like that, and
eighth.
finished 11th.
Yeah, not
So,
bad.
Yeah, real good. Anything else?
As far as news, that's all I got.
All right. So why don't we jump into the preview for Bahrain?
The Bahrain circuit.
Yeah.
Well, it's I believe it's a night race.
It
so,
is.
Yeah, so that should make for a little bit interesting watching. A little bit better on the time
Yeah, good visuals.
over here. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
we haven't looked up when that race is going to show.
Yeah.
Well, let's be honest. We'll probably still have to be up in the middle of the night.
yeah, it's gonna be probably midnight. So
Yeah, or we'll just wake up and watch it first thing in the morning because just be honest with you all out there. We can't catch every race live. We can't even hope to do that unless we're just going to be up at 2 in the morning to watch qualifying and then 4 in the morning to watch the race.
yeah, right.
Not happening.
Then there should be plenty of overtaking opportunities in this track. It's definitely it's probably more compared to a little bit more of a street track kind of in the like more aerodynamic driven track, less power hungry. So hopefully Ferrari it can compete with Mercedes raw power that they have, and hopefully we get a repeat from Vettel this year.
Yeah, I was looking up some quick stats about it, and it definitely favors Ferrari. So,
Yeah,
because they have the most, so Ferrari have the most constructors wins there. And then can you guess who has the most wins as driver?
is it Vettel?
Yeah, it's Vettel.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure all of them driving for, nope. I think, so he won in 2012, 2013, 17, 18. And I think in 2012 he was racing for Red Bull, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can't find that quick fact real quick, but actually I can.
I believe
yeah,
so,
He
yeah.
was in Red Bull till 2014. So he won twice with Red Bull and twice with Ferrari. After him is Alonso with 3 wins, Massa with 2, and Hamilton with 2 as well.
Okay.
So definitely favors Ferrari, though. Mercedes has only won 3 times, whereas Ferrari has won 6 times. So we should see some change.
Oh yeah, this should be a good race. Hopefully we get a lot of overtaking, a lot of competitive laps. Hopefully.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see where the field's going to shake out because Australia being a hard track to pass on, we didn't see Red Bull's Pierre Gasly do all that well.
Yeah.
Because he was kind of stuck behind Kvyat most of the race. Didn't want to risk destroying his car, diving up the inside. It's
Yeah.
understandable. Just got to the big league or the big seats. So
Definitely. Well, that brings me to so what do you expect from the big 3 going into this race? I mean, obviously, Ferrari's going to be competitive. Vettel, he might come out on top, but I mean, you always have the power of Mercedes and Hamilton behind the wheel. So, how do you think this is going to shake out?
So to be completely honest, the only if Ferrari win or Mercedes, if Vettel wins or Hamilton wins, it's not going to change my excitement any at the moment. because I want to see how that championship will work out in the end. Mm-hmm. But I want to see Ricciardo and Gasly. I want to see what they're actually going to be capable of with those new changes. Ricciardo, obviously, we're still waiting to see what he can do with that Renault because he had a bad experience in Australia. So I want to see what he can do with that. I want to see what Gasly can do in the Red Bull. So I can't wait for Gasly's first win. Do you think he's going to get a win with the Red Bull this season?
I mean, there's definitely room for improvement, but hopefully we can see a win. I mean, I'm hoping for as many Red Bull wins as possible this year. So, that's right. I mean, that's just the fanboy in me.
Red Bull fanboy.
But, I hope he can turn it around. I think first race jitters with the big team. I don't think there'll be an issue coming into the future, but
he definitely has all the tools.
Yeah, I mean they're there. He just needs to put it together.
He's got the car, so should be good.
Well, that brings me to Max as well. I mean, Max is the real wild card here out of the big three in this race. I mean, if he can, we know he can drive, so he's got to put together a good race, get the right opportunities. Hopefully, he can qualify well. And hopefully they can continue to get the power out of that Honda that we saw him get out of the last race. So hopefully it's going to be a little bit more competitive race this year.
Speaking of qualifying and Bahrain, just comparing to last season, unfortunately, Max Verstappen didn't make it out of Q1 last time around. So I just saw that, so I don't have the details on why, but it looks like he just barely missed out, qualifying 15th in Q1, and was knocked out.
Where did Ricciardo end up?
Ricciardo qualified in 5th. So maybe something went wrong for Max. I don't really. Well, it says. It's weird. Actually, that's a little strange. Maybe he had a penalty because it says his Q1 time was actually 129.3, whereas Ricciardo's was 129.5. But Max was knocked out in Q1, so maybe he got into an accident or something. That's possibly what happened. He wrecked the car. We'd have to look, but possibly wrecked the car or something happened for him to not be able to participate in Q2 and Q3.
Yeah.
Because technically he should have been up there ahead of Ricciardo. He should have qualified in 4th, actually, above... he would have qualified in 4th above Hamilton.
Okay. So there we go.
His results, so he started in the bag. He started 16th, and he finished... Oh, he did not finish, so... Something was not going well, and Ricciardo didn't finish either last season.
Okay,
so something was not going well for the Red Bulls.
Okay, now that I remember this race now. I think
kind of hard to keep those all in memory. Maybe we should start watching each race from no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right.
Too late. We can watch highlights or something. Honestly, it's probably a good idea. We'll
do a quick recap.
Yeah, we'll start
the previous year.
We just start watching highlights before recording the podcast, just to have some kind of comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And then I guess that brings me to what expectations for the best of the rest or the rest of the pack here. We got Haas. I mean, Haas continues to show a lot of great power and everything, and Magnussen obviously coming in 7th, the best of the rest there, the last race. So hopefully he can continue.
So are we about to do some predictions to?
Oh, well,
you trying to put a burrito on it or what?
I mean, we can. I'm always down to bet burritos.
I mean, yeah, I'm down to bet a burrito.
So who we think is going to be best of the rest outside the...
I think we got to put some more structure to this. Because I think it has to be more than that, but we can't bet a burrito for each thing.
Well, yeah.
So maybe
it's gonna be a lot of burritos.
We'll be spending lots of money over the season because we'll be wrong a lot. It'll probably just no chance of knowing exactly what's going to happen. But maybe if we make 2 or 3 predictions on some random things, and then whoever whoever has the most, like whoever gets the most out of 3 points.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So like first place, like who's going to win the race, who's going to be best of the rest, and what do you think a third one might be? Like who's going to come in last or not finish? Who's going to wreck out?
DNF or
what constructor? What you want to do? What constructor is going to?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, we
DNF?
can do that. Yeah. Which constructor is going to have the first DNF of the race? Or
All right, let me get this handy dandy Excel spreadsheet and get our predictions. Calvin, Malik. So we'll start with race win, right? Who do you think is going to win the race?
ooh, you know what? I'm going to go with a curveball here. I'm going to win with this one.
All right.
I'm gonna take Max.
You try to lose Burrito.
Yeah.
All right.
I gotta go out of left field here.
All right.
I could go with the safe money and go with Vettel.
I was going to say I could do that too and just
But, yeah.
take it easy 1 point. Let me see. So Ferrari, their pace wasn't there in
No,
wasn't there?
it
So
was not. And then at the end of what did he say at the end of the race? Why are we so slow?
Yeah, he said it in the race. He
Yeah.
was asking on the radio. I'm going to go with someone from Mercedes. So it's going to be between Bottas and Hamilton. And
I think Bottas is going to ride that high into Bahrain.
I know, right? Can he get 2
Yeah.
wins? You know, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna say Bottas is gonna do it. I'm gonna see if he can hold his streak going, which will be interesting to see whether he's gonna fight Hamilton through the year.
I'd love to see it. Give Hamilton a little competition.
Yeah. But Bottas is so. I mean, for me, it's just boring. Like
Yeah,
we don't know much about him. He's gotten more interesting since he got his beard game going.
oh yeah.
But and his social media game got up a little bit.
Yeah.
But he just kind of
He's been talking to Hamilton's life coach.
yeah.
They've been getting it together.
Possibly because like last season he just was like there. He's just like, oh yeah, he's there. He's quiet. He's doing great, but
Yeah.
like getting unlucky. So I want to see him win, but yeah, I appreciate a little bit more excitement off the track too. You know.
Yeah, I like it. That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
So Bottas, Verstappen, all right, best of the rest. So that means no one in Red Bull. Basically, it's not about finishing order, right? It's anyone that's not in Red Bull, Mercedes, or Ferrari.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, best of the rest. Who do you got?
Oh man, I have to go with Haas. Someone from Haas. I'm going to go with Kevin Magnussen.
Magnussen? Okay.
I mean, he had the speed last week. Hopefully, he puts out another good performance.
It's true. I mean, the only ones after them would have to be Renault, right?
Renault or Racing Point. Lance Stroll did
doing good.
pretty well last week. I think he came in 8th.
Who am I gonna go with? I'm gonna go with Grosjean because I think Magnussen's gonna do it.
Yeah.
I think Haas is gonna do it as well.
I mean, Haas. I mean, they were looking good.
As long as they don't have a pit stop
Yeah, exactly.
error again. But yeah, man, you gonna give it to the home team, huh?
Yeah.
One of the home team guys are gonna go.
You know, I think you're making the right choice because Renault. If you went with Renault,
It's risky.
it's risky. Their engine might blow up.
Ricardo, yeah. All right, we're going to stick with Grosjean. I know Magnussen has actually been proving himself a little bit better than Grosjean. I think last season, I want to say like Magnussen was doing really well. Grosjean had like a slump,
Yeah.
and he came back, but I still think Magnussen probably has a better shot. But I can't pick the same person as you, so.
Yeah.
All right, and first DNF for constructor.
Ooh. You want me to pick first?
I can go first since you picked first on
Yeah.
the other ones. That way I can
That's
maybe steal your.
make it a little.
Maybe I'll steal your pick and you can't pick him.
Well, I mean, if anyone listened to the last episode, I think they know where I'm going to go with this.
To DNF? Oh, man. All right. First DNF, I'm going to go with, I guess I can't go with Haas, huh? Because that would be putting myself at risk. I'm going to go with a Force India. Just random.
Oh, Racing Point.
Or yeah, sorry.
I know it's so hard. It's so hard to get.
I'm looking
get
at
used
the
to it.
results from last season. That's why I'm looking at.
Okay.
I'm not cheating. You could ask for the results too.
Yeah.
All right. Let me tell you this before Ferrari or Kimi Räikkönen, Max Verstappen, and Ricardo all DNF'd last season at this track. So for whatever reason, but I'm going to go with what's it called? Racing Point. Yeah,
Racing Point. Yeah,
can't even remember their name.
So any driver from Racing Point, DNF.
Yeah, this is constructor. Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, this is a toss up for me between Williams and McLaren.
Oh no.
McLaren, first off, they're nothing but bad luck last 2 years.
Yeah.
So they can continue riding that bad luck streak.
But they're not running the Honda engines anymore.
Yeah, but now they're running the Renault engines.
It's
even more unreliable.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know about more unreliable.
I don't know. Last year, I believe the Honda engines were a little bit more reliable than the Renaults.
They were. Ricardo had a bad time with the Renault.
Yeah.
I don't know why he went to Renault. He had such a bad time with the Red Bull Renault combination last season. So
this is a tough one. I really like Russell too. For Williams, I'm gonna go with Williams. Put up a DNF. I mean, that might be the safe pick, but I mean, at some point, McLaren has to figure it out. So,
all right. So you've got race win Verstappen, best of the rest Magnussen, first DNF Williams, and I've got Bottas, Grosjean, and Racing Point.
Nice.
And we'll see who owes who a burrito. About to win me a burrito. That's what's gonna happen.
These are going to be some gourmet burritos, too.
Top of the line, $50 burritos. It's California, so it's the Bay Area. So I'm pretty sure we can find something.
Yeah.
that's that costly. All right. So that's a little bit of expectations and predictions or whatever we want to call them. Anything else for the preview coming up for this race?
No, I think it's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I'm waking up early or staying up late. Yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch. So I'm ready for practices to get started this weekend.
Do you think that Kubica will have a better showing?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm rooting for him. I want nothing but the best for that guy. Hopefully, he can.
Williams won't have a better showing overall, but he could have a better showing.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Well, if there's nothing else,
I think we're good.
Then that's that. Thanks for tuning in and listening, and we will be talking to you guys again next Sunday
after the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Yeah, or next Monday, probably the episode will release.
Yeah.
All right. See ya.